Welcome back to another week. I'm Gaston Rossato. This is season 8, episode 1.
And I'm Renzo Rossato, and today we have the 1968 Dodge Charger RT, a tasteful RestoMod with no expense spared.
No expense spared is the key. We have a stack of receipts that I think will be alarming once we show that to you. And also some of the goodies in this car that are not typical to be found in a 68 Charger or old school Charger for that matter. So, but before we get started, please hit that subscribe button and go ahead and find us on Instagram, find us on Facebook. Renzo, let's go for a drive.
Let's go. All right, so of course, we want to take out the car. This is South Florida. We got a lot of rain, and this is a rotisserie restoration. We do not want to get water on this car.
Absolutely not. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna discuss the car now, and then Renzo, we'll go out another day for the drive.
Yeah.
As far as the viewers are concerned, you won't know the difference.
So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we're not gonna today feel the power of this HEMI engine, which I was excited about.
And let me tell you, it has power because naturally, this is a muscle car. Muscle cars are synonymous with power. It's got a 426 HEMI, but it doesn't stop there with this car. It's a RestoMod, it's got a real 426 HEMI, but it's a stroker engine. Okay, so the engine has, I have the list right here, 19 pages of just itemized collection of things that have happened here back in 2016 that, folks, it totals $100,000. Wow. That is over the restoration. So the restoration was complete. You have such a beautiful car as this.
Right.
And then the RestoMod work of $100,000. So I'm gonna list, I think, some of the basic things. We can't go into every single detail. There's 19 pages of details, but if you truly are interested in buying this car, by all means, we'll be happy to share it with you. All right, so we started with the engine, so let's go there. I'm going down the list here. It has lifters, seals and performance camshaft, hydraulic roller, Edelbrock HEMI dual intake manifold. It's got a billet timing system, polished ceramic coated headers with thermal barrier, high torque adjustable starter, stainless steel oil dipstick.
The list goes on.
The list goes on. I mean, I don't have a dyno on the car, but I would love to know what kind of power it's making because it's outrageous. Just by the sound, you know you're not dealing with something, something out of the box. It's got special stuff.
So let's talk about, we mentioned in the beginning, there's certain things that you won't find in your typical, RestoMods. And right away I noticed one of them, but let's go over some of those.
Well, it's important because you always start at the engine, right? And then I'm gonna say less expensive builds usually finish at the engine. Not in this case, it's bumper to bumper. So all that power, you gotta stop it somehow.
Right.
Right? It's upgraded with Wilwood Brakes, 14-inch rotors, drilled and slotted with 6 pistons, 13-inch in the rear. So no joke when it comes to braking power, and I think it was a smart move. This is a massive car. The car is so big, it's heavy, and it's got a lot of power. You need to have brake.
I mean, 14 inches, that's big.
And that's going to lead us to our next, right? It's got these incredible wheels.
American racing wheels.
They're American racing wheels, and essentially, personally, I gotta say, I love the car with original RT wheels, but when you have that size of a brake, you can't use the original wheel anymore.
Right.
Hence what it has here. If it wasn't for that, the car would really be a sleeper. Yeah. It really would, because otherwise the car is stock from the exterior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got a massive 345 tire on a 20-inch wheel in the rear. Yes, there was custom work to be done to make that fit, not just the wheel, because good power, good braking, good grip, it's good for nothing if you don't have the suspension.
That's right.
That goes with it, right?
100%.
So again, full modified suspension. It's got a front K-member suspension, a rear 4-link suspension, coilover, all custom made, top-notch work. The car is just spectacular. And it's show car quality. You see it in the engine bay, you see it in the interior. And let's talk about the item we missed, the transmission. It's got a 5-speed transmission, which is nice. These cars had a 4-speed. Having that extra gear with all that power in highway modern day use.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I love the Hearst shifter. You know, that's the right shifter for the car.
Other items that you're not going to notice that don't stick out as quickly is it's got digital dash.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have the original dials. It's all digital, but with analog needle, which I like. Yeah. But it gives it this hint of modern. It's got the push start button, which is awesome.
Yeah, I love the push start button. That's great.
And AC, right? So again, more modern, real world usage. Turn on the AC. It looks essentially factory the way it's set up.
And that continues on to the car where you find the front headlights have all been upgraded to...
Upgraded LED headlights. It has a headlight conversion on it. And power steering, which is probably the biggest deal. Because of course, you put this big fat wheel on it.
And a big heavy car.
That's gonna be, it's not gonna, you start to kill the enjoyable factor of the car. So they made sure that everything was taken care of. Because if you do one thing, you gotta do another. And it's basically a can of worms. And not everybody's willing to go that extra mile. So the car truly speaks for itself. It's a blast to drive. I can't wait to do it next week.
I know.
But if there's anything that we probably missed out, feel free, because I mean, ignition, oh, it's fuel injected.
That's a big...
It's not even the carburetor anymore. It's fuel injected, MSD ignition. I mean, it's a modern day car on just vintage body.
Yeah, if you're an American muscle car lover, this is something that you would probably instantly fall in love with. And
I think you got to be a young American muscle car lover, because the old school guys are probably going to be a little pissed.
Well, let us know down below what you guys think.
Oh, here we go again, yeah. Oh, here we go again. Let's do it one more time, yeah. Oh, here we
All right, Renzo.
Finally get this car on the road.
Finally driving. It's gorgeous weather today, unlike the other day that it was a pour down, so we can really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Get this muscle on the road.
I'm already in love with the car. That AC is blowing cold, cold, cold.
That is a big deal, right? And we got power steering, and we got power windows, and we got a beautiful Herbst shift 5-speed, not a 4-speed. Yes, this is a RestoMod, so we have some advanced mechanics,
which make it that much better when driving the car to enjoy it, no?
It makes it a little more usable, you know? It's still an old car.
Yeah.
You gotta buy it with the expectation. We're not saying it drives like a new car. It drives like a 68 Charger should be driving, with some modern day amenities, right?
Yeah. And we mentioned that push the start button, which I like.
Yeah, look, we're getting some views here. We're always getting the thumbs up with these cars.
I mean, this thing's a beast on the road. Look at the massive car that it is.
That's
those
where
back wheels are.
I've been behind this car, and that's where you say to yourself, "Wow,
it's intimidating."
Yeah. I love the dash. It really feels like you're driving a much more modern car, but it's not over the top. Because if you don't know any better, you think it's factory.
Yeah.
All the gauges, speedometer. Your switches are factory, and we gotta push to start, which is cool too. Big red button there.
got a wood
RT
steering
reminder over here.
Got a wood steering wheel.
The wood steering wheel,
Right
very Mopar-ish. It's a cool feeling. And it's a big car.
It's a huge car.
It's a very big car. You don't realize it until you're standing next to it, or you're trying to park it, or putting it in the showroom. You're like, wow, this thing is massive.
Yeah, you get out of a Porsche, then you get into this, you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Exactly. This thing, you better hold on, huh? It's torquey.
It's super torquey.
426 strokers.
How the grease gets better when the skillet's hot, the dish sticks together. You say the cooking's done, but it never ends. Oh, here we go again.
Because you're nervous, huh? Because you feel like you're
Something to hold on to. Yeah. Something to hold on to here. Like, you feel like you're falling off the seat just by sitting on it.
Yeah, because it's like a bench.
Oh, here we go again.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember, hit that subscribe button. Give us a follow on Instagram and Facebook. Not only the barn, but you can find us personally too. Till next week,
I'm Renzo Rossato.
and I'm Gaston Rossato.
Peace out.